Hey everyone, I'm Chad. Thanks for coming to Arctic Horde Wargaming. Today we have a match between myself and Ryan. I'm going to be playing the Flesh Eater Courts. Ryan has the Orruk Warclans. He's trying out that new battle tome again, so anything you can do in the comments to help him out there would be greatly appreciated with the rules and things like that. And we're going to be playing the Star Strike scenario. But before we get into this, if you take a look at the links down below, we have a lot of links down there, including some links to the Renegade Open. And if you are in the Twin Cities metro area and you'd like to come in and get a game in with us, be featured in a battle report, shoot me a message. We'd love to have you in and schedule that. And you want to be part of the Horde, I know you do, hit that subscribe button and then also hit the bell so you're notified of our upcoming content. We have new stuff uploading to the channel all the time. Stay tuned for the show, folks.
Alright, so we're going to roll off for who gets first turn. So, let's see what happens. 4, 5.
You will drop first.
I will drop first.
No, wait. I will drop first because I don't get to go first. Yeah, so I'll drop first.
Alright, cool.
On this side I have 10 ghouls. It's one of 3. This is my battle line. I have a Crypt Infernal Courtier. He's a hero. I have a Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. And he has the spell specifically on him, Blood Feast. And then if we go to the middle, here I have a Archregent. He's behind the Carnal Throne here. And then I have a unit of 10 ghouls. That's at this other part of the battle line. So this is my general. He has Deranged Transformation on him for his extra spell. And then he has all the fun things on him. He has the Chalice that he can drink to heal wounds. He has the Mount trait, so he can reroll failed hit rolls for Fang Maw. And then he also has... I took the general ability for the Flesh Eater Courts. So they have the Feeding Frenzy and Feast Day for the Delusion, so they can basically do an extra pile-in without spending a command ability. So I'll probably be using that on him quite a bit. That's why I'm pointing it out here. And then we'll head over to the end here for my last guy. I have the 3rd unit of ghouls as my battle line. And then another Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. And this one has Bone Storm on him.
Miasmal Shroud.
Oh, Miasmal Shroud, correct. This one has Miasmal Shroud for his extra spell. And that is exactly 1960. I also have the Chalice of Uthwan, which will come on later, and it allows me to heal stuff back or bring models back that are wounded. So I'll have to track the wounds as they happen. And then I also have other things that I'll be summoning on throughout the game. I'll kind of decide that as I go.
Hey, my name is Ryan. Hopefully today will be going better than last time. We were playing a full 2,000 points today. I decided to do a little bit more research on what the rules were. Last time I was actually trying the Big Wa Allegiance and got a little bit of confusion on what I was actually using, even though I was running Ironjaws. So today I'm running Ironjaws Allegiance, period. And they are doing specifically Iron Suns, which will require my general to take both of the required the artifact and the command trait with that as well. So let's take a look real quick. As you can see down here, I have 1, 2, and 3 sets of Gore Grunters. They are under the battalion Gore Fist. Some of them, it's WYSIWYG for what they have for weapons. Then we have, here is our first War Chanter. He has Fix and Beat. And we move over to the second War Chanter here. He has Get 'em Beat. We have the Mega Boss Ama Crusher, who is our general. He also has the Boskor Haka and Choppa, because he does, we wanted to go with that because he doesn't have the right model for the fist. He has the Ironjaw's Mount trait Meenan. He also has the Sunblaze armor, which gives him like -2 rend abilities, which is going to be helpful against these guys. And then he also has the trait is Right Fist of Dakbad, which is going to give me an extra command point my first turn, I believe. Then down to our Shaman. He is going to be taking the spell the Great Big Green Hand of Gork as well. So and after that we have obviously Gordrak here, because you can tell because he has the 2 axes. So everything here is only 1,940 points, since I can't get any Ardboys in here with that kind of list, or anybody to it for that kind of points. So I decided to buy an extra command point to be able to be used in this game. So I'm at 1,990 points.
We'll start over here in the back corner. I summoned on a courtier and a unit of 3 flayers. And then over here, these guys just moved up. Nothing special there. He is one of the people that summoned over there though. Then my general, he got the spell off from this guy onto him, which gave him +1 to his attacks. And then he also cast Mystic Shield onto himself. And then he did his free summoning as well, which wound up over there. Then down on this end of the table, I brought on my other unit of 3 flayers, and then moved everybody up, and the courtier just shuffled up behind him. So to pan back here, I mentioned that he summoned on, but this guy also got his free summon too, so he actually brought the courtier over there, and that guy down there brought the unit of 3 flayers on that end. And then he's the one that brought the unit of 3 flayers here. So.
And which one gave you the courtier?
The courtier I already had on the table.
Oh yeah, yep. So. Cool. So there's a couple fun things that are about to happen. Chad failed to charge me here, which is great, because now it is at the end of the enemy charge phase. If you do this, pick one friendly Iron Suns unit that is within 12 inches of an enemy unit, wholly within 18 inches of a friendly Iron Suns hero, and more than 3 inches away from enemy models. Gordrak. Since my hero up there, he started with the Right Fist of Dokbad. I also had a battalion this turn, so according to the rules, I have 2 command points, plus I purchased one for 50 points, so I have 3 command points at this point on his turn. So we are going to attempt to charge him using the Alright Get Him. So we are going to go down to 2 command points and try that. Let's roll and see what happens. I got a 7. I get a +1. Let's see. I get a +1 because I am Iron Jaws, which gets me to an 8. Do I have to land within 1 inch, or do I have to land within a ½ inch?
Yeah.
So, overall, it doesn't happen. That's it.
All right, we were looking at the rules real quick, and what Ryan was trying to do with his ability there, because it doesn't say that you can't use it more than once. You can use it more than once as long as you have the command points for it. So he's going to try to do it again and see what happens. He has 2 more command points. I don't know if he's going to do it 2 times, but he's going to at least try it 1 more time.
All right, so we're going to go down to 1 command point. That's a regular 9 plus 1 is 10. So we are in with Gordrak on his flares, right? That's what they're called? Flares. So immediately when Gordrak hits, he does destructive bulk. And so we're going to roll all that and we'll tell you what happens. We were able to actually take out the flare squad on his turn, leaving his courtier wide open. So on my turn, since I am outside of 4 inches, I will be able to charge him, do destructive bulk, and then hit him and knock him out and keep moving. At the start of round 2, that's when the big, what is it called?
Star Strike.
Star Strike is going to come in, and I think that gets rolled for, but it's going to be down the middle somewhere here. Hopefully it ends up right there. That would be really helpful. So we'll see what happens.
So that is the end of Flesh Eater Course, turn 1.
It went pretty good, but not as good as we wanted to. So first we killed this courtier because I couldn't get Gordrak away with Mighty Destroyers because he was within it, so I just let him kill him off. So then what we did first turn is over here we took our War Chanters and our Shaman So we took our War Chanters. We did the Violent Fury on these two guys up front, who are part of the Gorefist Battalion. So they moved 9, moved their 9, failed their charges. But the fun part that was happening was we took our sorcerer here, or not sorcerer, what is he called? Shaman. And we took the big hand of Gork and threw our general across the table to fight his big guy. Now, he survived a lot, and it took him... He had 3 wounds left, and then he did his second attack, which was due to what ability?
It is the Feeding Frenzy Feast Day.
So he was able to do Feeding Frenzy or Feast Day for free, or Feeding Frenzy. Which one of them gives you the?
It's together. So
together, he's able to come in and attack me again, like it's corn or something. But he has 1 wound left. So I'm pretty positive that these guys could kill him if they survived. They could come in and kill. So other than that, we moved and ran these guys forward, and then we also had these guys rush the flayers. They're gonna die, but we just wanted to see where this thing is going to be at so we can try and contest a little bit. So it could have gone better though. It could have gone way better. So now hopefully my next plan is to get Gordrak to do Mighty Destroyers next turn to get Gordrak closer to the Shaman. So he's within 18, I believe is what it is. Cast the Big Hand of Gork and throw him where he needs to go so he can do some more work. He currently has 2 Strength from Victory points on him. So for taking out 1 unit and then the subsequent unit on my turn.
Alright, so we rolled to see where the Star Strike came down, and it goes 6 inches in because we got 2. So we set up that. Now we're going to roll for turn.
6.
6.
Oh, jeez.
Hang on a second. We're going to check a rule real quick. We'll be right back. So we checked on that, and I would have got the tie without the second reroll. So I'm going to take turn. So I did some work, I think. We'll start over here. I summoned these guys on to capture the objective. That's where the Star Strike came down. So I'll get 2 out of that. This guy moved up here. I was hoping to get a charge off, but I failed. So he's just kind of sitting here for now. These guys kind of moved back to protect him because he's down to 3 wounds. I did burn the chalice and I did his D3 healing. I rolled a 1 on both, so that stunk. So he's just kind of sitting back here.
Like a schoolgirl?
Like a schoolgirl, apparently. Then over here, I popped this chalice out on the table and got a whole bunch of wounds in it from my ghouls, but unfortunately they only resurrected 1 back after getting into combat with the pigs. This guy failed the charge. I was going to try to bring him in here to help out, but he failed, but he did get the buff as far as like helping those guys reroll 1, so at least that helped. The Terrorgeist made it over here into the 2 War Chanters that he had there, and he got rid of those. He did take a couple of wounds for his trouble, but
beat him upside the face.
It was totally worth it. These guys ran over here. They're going to try to make their way that way a little bit. Depends on where the next Star Strike comes down, but they're just sitting back here. Over here I did a little work on the pigs, got rid of another one. That guy's got some wounds into him. But the courtier took some wounds for his trouble. So
this guy has 2 wounds left, and this guy has 2 wounds left. He has one of those guys has only 1 wound left.
Yep. So that's where I am at the end of my turn 2.
It's time to bring Gordrak in, boys. So I'm disappointed. The War the Shaman? The Shaman only needed to hit a 6, he hit a 5. The purpose behind that is we measured it out, and since Gordrak was within 24, he could have done the Big Hand of Gork. Yes, he could have tried to dispel it, but either way, I could have took Gordrak, put him here, and come in at the flares from this side. It doesn't matter, we looked up that I still am able to actually control this objective, so I still get my 2, but from there, I would have gone here and then had a better shot to go after his general and take out his general, and potentially just take out this guy too while I'm there. Other than that, I got a 6, so he moved 10 inches with the Shaman to get the heck out of dodge. These guys made a successful charge against the ghouls. However, this group killed the ghouls before they could even do anything. Now they're eyeing this guy up, ready to take him out like he's nothing. So I'm hoping that I get this second turn so that I can actually this double turn so I can actually see what's going to happen, because I want to once we know where this thing's going to land, I'm hoping it's not going to land in his stuff. I'm hoping it's going to land right here, just like the other one did, and help me win this game.
Also over here, these guys did manage to take out the unit of pigs that were there.
It's one guy.
So,
he barely even
gone.
remembered that the pig was there.
They're gone.
He could have hit with his 5 ghouls, man. Come on.
Still having a pig roast, either way.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like.
So, going into the beginning of round 3.
So we're gonna roll to see for the Star Strike. It goes at
4.
It's not 4.
Or well,
that's 9.
Okay. Odds or evens is you. What do you want? Evens or odds?
What are you talking about?
For your side versus my side.
I'm rolling for my side, so it's at 9.
Oh, that's a 6. And mine's at 3, so that's going to be roughly here.
Yep. So we'll get those on the table, and then we'll roll for turn. So we roll to see where they dropped. So the one on Ryan's side wound up over there. And the one on my side wound up all the way down here.
Do we want to roll real quick?
Yep, we're going to roll for 3.
Roll for turn.
Ooh, snap.
I'll get turn. So I screwed up and forgot a rule that could have literally killed the courtier, which brings back all of his flares. So because of smashing and bashing after Gordrak attacked, I could have immediately made those guys attack, and since they wiped, I could have immediately made this guy attack. Or I could have chosen this guy first and took out his courtier, but I didn't know if he was going to take him out. Either way, remember your rules, read your books, remember your rules, remember your rules, remember your rules. And smashing and bashing is amazing, and don't forget it. Again, don't forget it. So I did some work. I was able to save it, but I don't think it's still going to work out in the end for me. Down here, since that did come in here, what I've done is, since it's 6 inches from the center, I've made sure that I'm within 6 inches of the center of both of these, so when he brings his Terrorgeist eventually over here, I will still control this one, upcoming to that next turn. I ran my Shaman. I want him to try and get closer to here if he can live that long. Because he's been useless. My initial plan for this was to take one of the Gorgruntas and Big Hand of Gorg and put him directly on here to control these 2 objectives, and that would have been great. But he rolled a 7, which is what he needed, and then he rolled an 8 to deny it. So that's unfortunate. Other than that, we go over here. We took out the art. We decided to lay up all these guys, and these 3. Charged after. I had these guys charge first, and they took out the ghouls that were here, and I had these guys charge second, and they all took out the Arch Regent, which then we did remember our smashing and bashing rule, and then took out this unit as well, so he didn't get to hit back at all. So now going into his turn, I have 8 points because it counts per turn for your objectives, so I control 2 objectives, and it's turn 3, so I get +6 to my 2, so I'm at 8.
Okay, sad day for the Flesh Eater Courts. I actually lost a Terrorgeist over here. He went at Gordrak. I kind of waited at the beginning and thought, should I wait another turn until my general heals another one, but whatever. If I didn't get the double turn, it would have been bad news anyways. I would have been so far behind in points. So I had to try to go at him, but I lost the Terrorgeist. This Terrorgeist moved up and munched on his weird knob shaman he had here. These guys just kind of came up in here. Nothing big going on there. Over here, he got stuck here doing this stuff with these guys. I flew into here with my flares, and then he actually failed to get in the charge. I was trying to get at this objective with extra guys. As soon as I failed that, then I decided to go at Gordrak first. If I would have came here first and got in there with that guy as well, I actually would have attacked here first, because then I would have had a shot at getting this objective this turn. But as soon as that charge failed, this is kind of a done deal over here. If I get turn, I can bring those back, and then I'll just keep kind of playing with it. But that decided that here. So these 2 sitting over here are dead this turn, but we're going to roll for turn, and if I get turn, then I'll just summon them back. So now we're going to roll for turn, see what happens. I got no points out of this round either. So
it's still 8-2 for me.
Yep.
Rolling for turn. 6.
Oh, I needed it too.
Oh.
Bad news.
Oh boy.
Bad news for the Flesh Eater Courts.
Yes, sir. So we played it a little bit defensive this turn. We moved Gordrak back, actually still within the range of 6 inches. We just moved him back 4 inches because he's down to 2 wounds left, as seen here. We could have moved him up here and shot at his general with the Inward Bursting Bellow, but it was about 9 inches instead of 8. And there's no real room for me to charge in. No real reason for me if I can maintain these points this turn. Moving on to the other side. We took out his last Flayer, so his Courtier can't bring anything back. His Courtier is going to do nothing to 6 of these guys. So we're going to get both of these points this turn. So that will put me, I'm currently at 8. This is turn 4, the end of turn 4 for Iron Jaws. And I will go from 8 to 16 points this turn.
Looking pretty bleak for the Flesh Eater Courts.
With 2 Terrorgeists on the table.
Well, it's still because of points and where we are in the game. I don't think I can pull it out, but we'll run it through the motions here in turn 5 and see what happens.
Well, your turn 4.
Well, I know. My turn 4 right now, but when we go into turn 5, we'll see what happens. It'll be tight. So, but on to Flesh Eater Courts, turn 4. Turn 4 for Flesh Eater Courts here. The Terrorgeist ran up in the corner. I basically just screamed at Gordrak. It was enough to kill him. I'm sitting on both objectives there, so I will get both of those. The ghouls ran up. Then over on this other end of the table, the Courtier, in true Bretonian fashion, charged, took out a pig, and then died. So they both got skewered there. So he does wind up with that objective point there. So the way it winds up at the end of turn 4 is looking like this. Okay, and then we are for points. He has 16 and I have 10. So we're gonna roll for turn. Oops.
I got a 6.
I got a 6. So since I just had turn, that means you would win a tie, so you get to go. Warclans, turn 5.
Hey, so back to defensive moves. We only have the Gorgruntas left, so we just rearranged them just in case. I get this objective, which gives me 5 points because it's turn 5. It looks like that I might win this. I had 16 points plus this 5 gives me 21. He is currently at 10 and he has 2 objectives. So he can only get 20 points. Unless he somehow tries, I don't know if these guys can make it across the table that quickly, but if they could, then that might be it. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, no chance. There's no way for me to get that far in one turn.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's it.
Even if I ran, double charge, triple charge, teleported, nothing, I ain't getting there. So that is it, sir. So I think we will call it there. So, good game, sir.
Good game.
Well, that was a bad game for me. But tactically...
It was a great game for me.
But tactically, I don't know what I really could have done differently. The only thing I'm thinking it through is I probably could have waited a little longer to bring on my summoned units. I thought bringing on that summoned unit in the back corner right away would kind of distract Gordrak enough and let me do other things on the board. Instead, he just wrecked them, and it didn't hold him up as long as I was hoping to. And it actually put him in a position for once the Star Strike came down to be in the perfect spot. So
I got considerably lucky for the positioning of the Star Strike. I think if that would have gone anywhere else, I would have probably lost, especially since I only won by 1 point. I did think that running the new list, because the first time we ran it, I was a little iffy on the new rules. Now that I've made sure that I read it, I think a lot of new abilities I really liked. The new Gorgrunta charge is great. I think having that have the weapon specific requirement for which ones can actually get pluses is helpful for the ones that only get the 3 attacks. Basically, I know ours wasn't WYSIWYG, but I was running like that the whole time anyway. Because we need more. We need more Gorgruntas. I just want to do complete Gorgrunta list, nothing else. Like maybe a couple War Changers, who, by the way, are amazing, and I'm going to gripe about GW for just a little bit, where the fact that GW didn't happen to mention on their cards at all that you get the extra beats that are mentioned in the book.
But anyway, thanks for watching, and good game. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell. And go ahead and leave comments down below if there's any rules and things you think we missed or any good configurations you think we should try out on the channel. And we'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned.
Bye. #Orktober.